That's different, though. Like, if you've styled your hair, you want to keep it in check, because that's the whole point of styling your hair. I think this question is more like, every time you pass a reflective surface, you have some kind of impulse to stop and check yourself out. Unless...
Which I don't. I definitely don't.
Yeah.
Unless, Ryan... It's when you look like a squashed tiny person in the side of a car. That's a lot of fun, isn't it? I like that one.
Fun.
I'm like, ooh, look.
That is fun.
We two siblings of podcasting are the Heather and Ryan Show. Under a star. Field and fountain, moor and mountain.
Doobie-doo-boo-boo-doo. You're welcome.
Yeah. It's really fun because usually we have the ability to see each other on the video call. Mm-hmm. But today, the Google Meet thing that we use is not detecting the camera on this computer. We couldn't figure out why. So Ryan can't see me. So in exchange, he has put up a graphic of a bunny typing on a computer for me to watch for this entire episode.
Yeah.
It's a very cute bunny.
And it moves with the movement of my head.
But not your hands. It just wants to keep typing the whole time. It's typing away.
It's working. All right.
Anyway, this is the Heather and Ryan Show. What is it? Yeah, sorry. I lost track of my thoughts there for a minute.
Wow, Heather. Wow. You have one job. One job.
I know. This is the Heather and Ryan Show, where all we're trying to do is put you in a better mood by the end of the episode than you're in right now. Why are you whispering in the background of my introduction?
You'll see when you're going through the recordings.
Fantastic.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Heather.
So I did that intro.
Sorry.
At the beginning of the episode. Then you're in right now.
Welcome to our bubble.
Boy, that sounded welcoming. That sounded like you just wanted everybody to be in the bubble with us.
I was trying so hard to remember what my line was after shaming you.
We're trying to put you in a better mood. Welcome to our bubble.
Welcome to our bubble. Yay!
Ryan, I have notes.
Okay.
First of all, Liam Killeen. Proving... once again, why he is the OG Gloating Rights Trophy winner and the only one so far that isn't you or me. Because I said, I want an email, Liam. I directly asked him for one in the last episode.
Uh-huh.
And he sent one. We're going to read it.
Excellent.
Here we go. Just let me get past all the promos. By the way, I don't want to brag or anything, but... our Heather and Ryan Show Gmail is so unpopular, we don't even get spam. Yeah, the spam folder's always empty. All right. Okay, so here he goes. He says, I don't have a Thanksgiving story, but I do have a random story for you. We had recently moved into a new house, and in the house there was a fish tank connected in between the house entrance and my mom's office. But my mom doesn't like fish, so she wanted to get rid of them. So she got my stepdad to go to a river and drop them in. And he left to go release the fish. Then he got back and explained to us that he couldn't put any of the fish we had in the river because they would be an invasive species, and instead drop them on the rocks just by the river. So that's around 10 less fish in the fish population. Pause. Setting aside the brutal fish murder that happened in this story. How, to me, just leave them in the tank because they'll eventually die. That's what happened to all of ours. We gave up. Mike tried to have a fish tank for 10 years.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter how often we cleaned it out, how often we didn't. However we tried to treat it, we had all the things to test the water. They just kept dying. Meanwhile, I forget what kind we had, but they kept impregnating each other and just having bajillions of babies.
Nice.
And then they would eat all the babies and then they would die.
Huh.
So I think And then I wondered, like, what is the least cruel way to kill a fish if you had to?
I don't know.
And would it really, like, if you put them in the river, wouldn't they just die? Because they're used to a different
Not necessarily.
water?
I mean, here's a fun fact, Heather.
Okay.
Did you know that Pablo Escobar is responsible for the hippo population in Colombia?
I did not know that.
He had 4 hippos in his little private zoo, and after he
got caught?
Yeah, sure. After he got caught for the rest of his life, they just like left the hippos to do whatever, and they eventually escaped, and now they have like a population of like 200 hippos. But the reason why they're invasive is because they don't have any natural predators in Colombia. So, you know, if you release, you have to be careful about like what you release, because, you know, they could wind up just wiping out, you know, whatever population of fish is already in there, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess he did the right thing-ish.
Yes. Well, they probably could have just put them up on Craigslist.
You know what you know what, Liam? The next time you've got to take care of some fish, just stick them out on the curb. Right?
Ooh,
Somebody will just drive by and take, because that's the universal sign, at least in America, giving away for free. That's how we got rid of the fish tank afterward. Stuck it on the curb.
They would be like the neighbors that have like this aging fish tank that just like constantly fills with water every time it rains. It's just like all algae and like overgrown and vines. Mutant fish like slopping along the bottom of the tank.
Well, at least they wouldn't have to take care of them. I mean, those mutant fish can really take care of themselves.
That's right, yeah.
Anyway, to go on with the email, he says, also yesterday was my little brother's birthday. He is now 8, and sometimes my dad plays the podcast for us in the car, and he thinks you guys are hilarious.
Nice.
So if you could say happy late birthday, it would probably make his day, and his name is Declan. Happy birthday. Happy late birthday, Declan.
Happy late birthday, Declan.
Okay, Ryan?
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Just join in.
Happy birthday to you.
Belated happy birthday, dear Declan. You're not even on a rhythm. You're ruining Declan's birthday song.
I'm trying
Happy birthday to you.
Trying to keep up with you, and you keep fucking pausing. That's
Ryan,
on you. That is
listen,
on you.
Can I just
took
time out?
the lead. You took the lead, and I followed you. The reason we were out of sync is because you couldn't keep a rhythm going.
Ryan, I started out at a certain tempo, and when you joined in, you were in molasses tempo. I was like, happy birthday to you, and you were like, happy birthday
You caught me off guard.
Okay. Happy birthday, Declan.
Happy birthday, Declan.
Happy birthday to our newest fan,
Declan.
And the email's not even over. Here we go. I think it's funny how you got annoyed over grocery while also saying social. I say both. The others sound very weird to me. Before
but that's
I made
how
this
you pronounce social.
I know, he says social. He says grocery and social. Before I made this one, I was going to just say, here's an email for you, but that would probably only give you 10 extra seconds to your intro that you love to extend. And I like the extended intros. Thanks for clarifying. Thank you for making each episode. They always cheer me up. We're doing our job right there. Thank you, Liam, once again, for being awesome.
Thank you.
Ryan, I think I made a note of another note.
Ooh, noteception.
Notes. Oh, yeah, no, just one minor thing. This ad popped up in my feed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was annoying. I don't remember what the product was for. I saw it once and then I saw it again recently before we were going to record.
Yeah.
And all I know is it's like this very emotional music and these like emotional images of people and, you know, smiling and happy. And they're like, blah, 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 whatever the name of the product is, because I can't remember because the logo is so stupid. Or the motto, right? Slogan. That's the word I'm looking for. It's like, this product, because doors were made to be open. And I'm like, nope, not why doors were made at all. Literal opposite reason that doors were created. Like, if doors were made to be open, nobody would have ever made doors. We'd just have doorways with no doors in them. And everybody'd be like, I wonder what door means.
Well,
anyway.
I mean, doors were made to be open so that one could enter into something and then shut the doors. It was also designed to be shut.
But mainly to be shut. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when someone opens a door and then leaves it open, you're like, shut the damn door!
Were they selling doors? What were they selling?
No.
Would have been great if that was a door commercial.
Yeah, if that was a door commercial, they have the worst marketing team ever. It wasn't a door commercial. It was like some like insurance or like some like, we'll pay for your medicine for you. It was something like that. Like one of these. Anyway, that's the end of that whole thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you cut out.
No, I thought you were going to keep talking. See, this is the difficulty of not being able to see each other. We
That
both
is
waited
true.
for the other one to speak, and it didn't happen. So, Ryan, I thought I'd bring back the game Merry Dissmas.
Merry Dissmas.
We played it last Christmas.
Uh-huh.
And what we basically did, I don't remember exactly what we did. I think we just read the card and discussed the card.
Okay.
Here's what I think we should do this time around. I'll read the card, and then we have to decide which one of the two of us fits that card better.
Okay.
And just like last Christmas, we will not keep score. Goodwill toward men. Happy holidays. This
Peace
will
on
just
earth.
be peace on earth. Goodwill toward everyone except your siblings. And hold on a second. Move this. Sorry, something kept touching my ponytail. It was not a ghost, it was a sweater. I'm good now. Okay, Ryan, here's the first one. We'll get this rolling.
All right.
Never pass a mirror without looking in it. By the way, I should mention, I do not have any Reddit stories prepped for this. It's just a nice, easy going. We're going to do the game, and that's going to be the episode. All right. Never pass a mirror without looking in it. You may find this self-obsessed family member staring at themselves in the reflection of your eyes. Ryan, which of us fits this better? You do seem like a super looks-oriented, conceited person. Just kidding. Just kidding. I've never thought that about you.
Well, first of all, Heather, 90% of the year I look like I'm homeless.
I know.
So I wouldn't say that I'm super stuck on my looks. Just saying. I feel like you're like me, and you avoid looking in mirrors as much as possible.
I don't avoid looking in mirrors. I do avoid getting my picture taken. I cannot stand getting my picture taken. And that actually has nothing to do with how fat I've gotten. I just have never really liked having my picture, even less now than I did before. But I will say, I'll give myself a point, if you will, on this one, a bad point, because I do check my hair to make sure it's looking all right. Like, if one of us has to take this, I think it's me. I think I'd be the more likely one to care.
That's different, though. Like, if you've styled your hair, you want to keep it in check, because that's the whole point of styling your hair. I think this question is more like, every time you pass a reflective surface, you have some kind of impulse to stop and check yourself out. Unless...
Which I don't. I definitely don't.
Yeah.
Unless, Ryan, it's when you look like a squashed tiny person in the side of a car. That's a lot of fun, isn't it? I like that one.
Fun.
I'm like, ooh, look.
That is fun. I'll even do more of a penguin walk than I already have.
I love it. Next card. Make it stop. This wannabe pop star is going to start singing and make all our ears bleed. That's me, Ryan. Let's just admit that between the two of us, that's me.
I like a good pop song. Heather, you don't understand. I will belt out Britney Spears at work.
Ryan, will you strap a guitar across your shoulders and stand on a stage and sing a song that you wrote? A terrible, terrible song that you wrote to a whole audience of unsuspecting, unwitting people?
Well, Heather, to be fair, no. Because I've never written a song in my life. And B, your song wasn't terrible. It was a good song. You were 18. You got to cut yourself some slack.
Ryan,
you were 19, Heather.
I listened to that demo CD that I made a while later, a few years ago. I was like, oh,
yeah, but
I got in front of people with this. Ooh.
But you're listening, and it was a different time, Heather. It was a different time. It was the late 90s, early 2000s, right?
Yeah, because I had mean lyrics. Very politically incorrect now. I would get slaughtered. Slaughtered.
I thought it was fantastic. And I thought it was fantastic you got in trouble for singing Take It in the Rear.
You're not supposed to tell people the lyrics.
At open mic night during alumni weekend.
You know who else got busted for that?
Ooh.
Jeremy. Because he's the one that approved that I could sing that song at open mic night. Yeah.
That is hilarious.
It is hilarious. I mean, good times.
There wasn't you didn't actually, swear in the song. There was nothing wrong with the song. Man, they were harsh in your mellow, Heather. They were stamping on your creativity.
It was terrible. It was a terrible time for me. And look, I'm not a rock star. See what happened?
There's a reason why it's open mic night.
Yeah, that was a bit of a misnomer, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Because it wasn't really an open mic. You couldn't just do anything. You had to run it by somebody first, and they'd be like, sure, you can, or nope, you can't do that.
Right.
Not really an open mic. But it was a nice concept.
I could see Seaburn coming up and be like, I would like to swallow this sword.
Sorry, Seaburn. Actually totally see him doing that at that age. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Ryan, the next card. Get off your butt. Name the lazy slob who'd rather watch TV than help with the dishes. Ooh. Considering I do the dishes every single day, no fail, I feel like I don't qualify for this one. How do you do with dishes? Do you do them regularly?
Well, I have a child that does that for us most of the time. Lovely. But I will do the dishes. However, I will procrastinate chores and veg or do unproductive things until I finally have to do it.
You know, I saw this meme the other day, and it said, some people want to rest and relax before they do the chores. And some people can't rest and relax before they do the chores.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes these two people get married. And I'm like, that's what happened here, because I can't rest and relax till I'm like, I can't. If there's a giant pile of dishes, I'm like, it just eats away at my brain till I'm like, okay, I got to do the dishes.
Yeah.
But Mike's like, whatever. I'll do it later.
I think I have turned into here's a great example. What was it yesterday? So it was Thursday morning. So it was the added pressure of also it being Thanksgiving. And this year, so normally I prep everything Wednesday, so all I'm doing is using the oven on Thursday. So I just time everything out. And this year I procrastinated to the point where I was doing pretty much everything Thursday. And I got up in the morning and I was getting ready to get to work and just get my hands dirty. And I just found myself like fucking irritated. And Rebecca was like, why don't you go sit down on the couch and let me bring you some coffee? You know, you haven't done your normal morning routine yet. You're just getting straight to work. And so then I sat down and watched some TV and drank my coffee. And then I was feeling a lot more chipper. And then I was able to get to work. So I think I have turned into the person that needs to relax before I do the work.
Interesting. Well, Ryan, please don't give them sugar. This energetic kid will definitely be causing chaos and destruction throughout the house, but we still love them. Okay, let's say past and present. Because
Sure.
I feel like this is neither of us right now. But
Correct, yeah.
when we were kids,
Definitely me.
this might have been both of us. Okay, it's you. I was going to say that too. I just didn't want to insult you right off. Ryan, I remember you used to do this thing where you'd climb up on, we had like this fireplace at the house, right? And then next to it was like this outcropping from it that had like, it was like a hollowed out thing with a lid on top, but it was like table height.
Right.
And when you were a little tiny, like 2 years old, you climb up onto it and jump off it and land on your belly on the living room floor. Like, I'm Superman! Just flying off this thing. And I was like, doesn't that shit hurt?
You know, it's funny because Dad has told me that story too. And, you know, obviously, like, Mom and Dad were the type of parents that didn't acknowledge the fact that you were hurt unless you were, like, screaming in agony. So, like, you know, if I'm belly flopping off of this structure and I'm laughing and having a good time, Dad's just going to be like, well, I'm not going to stop that, you know, like,
right.
You know, or because I have found with kids, when they do something that is supposed to hurt and it doesn't hurt them, and then somebody goes, oh my gosh, are you okay? Suddenly the kid's like, oh, that's supposed to hurt. And then they're like, fuck, it hurts. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember there was this, you remember Brett, right?
Yes, yeah.
So at the triplex, he was running around barefoot in the gravel without a care in the world. And he's like full on sprinting, like, you know, this rambunctious little kid just running around on this gravel. And then his mom comes out and she's like, oh my God, Brett, do your feet not hurt? And he stops dead in his tracks and then he just starts wailing in pain. And she had to come out and then carry him back in. I'm like, if you just didn't say anything at all, he would not have even cared in the slightest.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But it's sometimes hard not to be concerned, like when they take a tumble down the flight of stairs or something.
Right.
You know, and you're like, oh, God, that looks like they might be dead. And you get a little concerned.
Reminds me of that little comic strip. It, like, shows this guy and, like, another person standing next to him, and then off in the distance, there's this little kid that's like, look at me, Dad, look! And then all of a sudden, the next panel, it shows this meteor just come crashing down on top of the toddler. And the person next to him starts to say something. He goes, shh, don't say anything. And then the third panel, the kid pops up from underneath the meteor and he goes, oh my gosh, Dad, did you see that? I got crushed by the meteor. And he goes, yeah, buddy, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
That's hilarious. All right, next card. Here comes the waterworks. This person will likely be the first to cry when a sad movie comes on. I'm a movie crier for sure.
I am 100%. My eyes will water like crazy.
It will. You know what? Speaking of men crying, I have mixed thoughts about this, right?
Okay.
Because to me, okay, so the old school saying, of course, is boys don't cry, right? And I think in certain circumstances, like, for me, it is a turnoff if a dude cries. But, like, if it's something emotional, like super, super happy or super, super sad, like if I'm at a funeral or something, obviously I'm expecting everyone's going to be crying. That's, that's normal.
Right.
Or like something super emotional, like a really good song or a movie, and they get a little teary-eyed. It can be endearing. But like the most turned off I have ever been was one day when the going got rough. And this dude I knew started crying like a girl. I was like, oh, no, that's not attractive at all. Please stop doing that. No, you're crying. You should not be crying right now. And it's super hypocritical because if he had been a girl, I would have been like, it's okay, sweetheart, it's fine. But it was a dude and I was like, nope, unacceptable behavior. Stop right now.
Well, for someone who is an angry crier.
Oh, yes.
Unless I'm like in a rage, if I'm just angry, like my eyes will water and I will cry. But it's like it looks like I'm crying, but it's like I'm not fucking crying, I'm fucking angry.
Oh, man, bro, I tell you what, go ahead.
I was going to say, it was very difficult to be taken seriously as a grown adult who would get angry and cry while he's angry. And so anyway, I understand that some emotions can come out that way, and it's not the emotion that you're actually in, You know what I mean? So like
I do.
I get that aspect, but as I've calmed down as I've gotten older and I just stopped caring about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And also, the stuff that you care about as an adult is entirely different from what it was when you were younger.
Yeah.
I was going to say my go-to thing, like physical manifestation, when I experience any emotion other than boredom is my face turning bright red. If I'm about to cry, my face will turn bright red. If I get angry, my face will turn bright red. If I'm a little bit embarrassed, my face will turn bright red. If I'm nervous or anxious, my face will turn bright red. If I'm excited about something, bright red. It's just like, oh, are we doing emotion now? Here's a tomato. Like, thanks, face.
I have never noticed that, Heather, for what it's worth.
Oh, maybe it just feels like my face is turning red. Maybe I should rephrase. My face gets hot, so I assume it's turning red for everyone to see, but maybe not.
I understand that completely. I get the same thing, like where your face just feels like it's on fire, but everyone's like, no. I'm like, bro, there are literal flames shooting off of my face right now. Are you sure it's not red?
On the side of my face. And the other thing, Ryan, apropos of nothing, one of my ears will just turn bright red and be hot. And does that happen to you?
Yes, it does.
Just one ear out of nowhere.
All the time.
What's going on? Why are you doing that, ear?
Genetics.
I'm not agitated.
It's genetics.
Nothing's going on. Yeah.
Mom or dad passed something down us. Can thank one of them for it.
The hot ear. Oh. Well, Ryan, no shame, this relative is the most likely to be spotted walking around in their underwear. Not me. Not anymore. No, sir. We have too many visitors to this house.
Oh.
Now that my daughter's older, her friends come over all the time.
Yes.
I'm not going to underwear walk.
Right.
I feel that's inappropriate.
I was definitely a underwear walker as well. And I mean, we got it from Dad, right? I mean, he was always in his boxers, just wandering around the house all the time. And
aimlessly running into walls. Yes, I remember.
And I started doing that as well because, being in next to nothing is a lot more comfortable than being in stuff.
A lot of the times it is, except when it's cold, like 6 months out of the year around here.
Yeah.
I just need a sweater or something on me. I can't.
Yeah. But yeah, with us having our kids, 18 and 16 these days, I'm usually dressed in full clothing. It's fantastic though, like when they're both out for the night, I'm like right down into my boxers.
But I mean, you could go, you're a dude, you could not wear a shirt or something if you didn't want to at home, right?
Yeah, but I'll still have like shorts on or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect.
It's true.
This constructive critic loves pointing out everyone else's flaws and none of their own. That's me right here. Boom. I will tell you what's wrong with you all day, Ryan. No, I'm joking around. I don't actually think I'm that bad. I don't think I'm that bad.
Well, I mean, I know you do to me.
But I'm usually joking.
You constantly let me know what's wrong with me. That's been like that my whole life. So that's just normal talk for me.
It means I love you, okay?
Right.
I wouldn't bother pointing out the flaws in someone I didn't care about.
Hey, but you know what? It made me open to criticism. For the most part. I would say 85% of the time I am open to criticism. It's just
because other people are nicer about it than I am?
It depends on the delivery. There are people that can deliver some constructive criticism very...
in a way that doesn't make you feel bad or attacked?
Right. Yeah, I think it's the compliment sandwich. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, Ryan, you're such an awesome guy. By the way, you fucked that shit up. But damn, those boots look good today, bro. Compliment sandwich.
Ryan, where are the chicken nuggets? Name the picky eater most likely to be complaining about the meal being served this year. Neither of us. I don't think either of us.
I'm not a very picky eater. I mean, there are some things I will not eat. And texture is a very big thing for me, Heather. Okay?
Yeah.
I can enjoy the flavor of something, but if I don't like the texture, it's not... Speaking of which, Heather, what is the name of the dessert that Mom used to make that she would light on fire with brandy?
I think it was flambé.
It wasn't really flambé.
I don't know. It was basically fruitcake that she lit on fire, and I think it's called flambé when you do that.
Okay, so I guess I have to tell Rebecca she was right.
I'm so sorry. You should have told me up front what she said, and I would have picked a different answer just to be on your side. Too late now. It's recorded in posterity. She'll know as soon as the episode releases.
It's a good thing she doesn't listen to our podcast.
I love how our spouses don't listen to our podcast. Now, Ryan.
Uh-huh.
Actually, Mike does listen because occasionally he'll come up to me. Like one time he came up to me. He's like, I'm building a tree house now. It's like, oh, you listened to the last episode because we talked about that 3 years ago in an episode. Picky eaters. I want to say this. My older daughter, Charlotte, incredibly picky eater. She will only eat specific things. The end, she's very unwilling to try anything new. I have gotten her to the point where I'll be like, just try it. And she will stick out her tongue like lizard quick so that it brushes the food on the spoon, like so that one atom of it comes off onto her tongue. And then she'll be like, I don't know. And she'll turn her head like she doesn't like it, right? But Holly, my little one, will try anything once, and I love her for it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different things she'll eat because she's so willing to try. And she went, we don't really get to go on vacation very often. So some friends of ours, the ones with the inflatable hot tub at their mansion house, were like, hey, do you want us to take her to Florida with us? Because we're going down there for a week vacation. They were road tripping. And we were like, yeah, fantastic. Thank you. So she went with them. And one of the things that her name's Marcy, my friend, she said to me when they got back was like, she will try anything. I was like, yeah, she will. She'll really try anything. And like she was eating like squid heads, and calamari, and all kinds of seafood down there. And she's like, I liked it all. I didn't really like the squid head though.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I wouldn't have even tried that. So
neither
good for
would
you,
I,
honey. Yeah.
You know, I used to hate like sushi. Like I tried it when I was 16 and I hated it. And then when Rebecca and I were dating, she was super into getting sushi all the time. So like when I was picking her up, from school and then driving us back to where, I was living at the time, she'd always have like a plate of sushi with her. And she eventually convinced me to try it one time. And I thought, oh, that is actually really good. And then we go to sushi regularly now, but
Well, I got to say, it was the raw fish part that put me off because I was afraid of getting sick, right? So what I discovered was the California roll that has the crab meat in it, and it's cooked or fake probably.
Yeah.
Because my understanding is almost any crab meat you get, if it's not straight out of the crab, is basically faux crab meat.
Yes.
But it's really tasty. I would put the soy sauce, a little bit of wasabi, slap that ginger on there. That's a great combination. I love that. And so I'd eat a lot of California rolls or like sometimes the lobster roll. And then just this one time I was walking past the sushi bar in my local grocery store and they were giving out free samples. And I was like, okay, I'll try. And I'm going to try a raw sushi. I'd never done it before. 2 hours later, I was puking my guts out.
Really?
I really enjoyed the sushi. It was quite tasty. I was puking my guts out all night and I was like, pretty sure I got food poisoning from that raw fish. So I've never tried it again.
Well, I feel like it wasn't the raw fish because you can't get food poisoning that quickly.
So you think it was something from earlier?
It was something from days earlier that you ate.
You think it was from days earlier?
I think it's like 2 days before you start feeling... I think so. It's like either a day or 2 days, but there is a considerable amount of time before you start getting the effects of food poisoning. I'm pretty sure.
Ryan, if this is true, which we're going to Google it in a minute, I have been falsely maligning the gas station pizza around here for years because I got so wretchedly sick about 2 to 3 hours after eating a slice of it, and it looked like it had been sitting there for longer than it was supposed to.
People constantly, not constantly, but I work in construction, so, I get guys that get gas station food all the time, and there's guys that, swear they've gotten food poisoning from gas station food, and it's always the same story. 2 hours later, bro, I was shitting my pants and throwing up, and then I'm sitting there thinking yeah, it's not from the gas station. That's from something else, dude.
Okay, so according to the AI overview instantaneous Google answer, food poisoning symptoms can appear anywhere from a few hours to a few weeks after eating contaminated food, depending on the cause. For example, bacteria like Staphylococcus aureus and Bacillus cereus can cause symptoms within 1 to 7 hours, while viruses like norovirus typically appear within 12 to 48 hours, and parasites or bacteria like Listeria can take days or even weeks to show symptoms. So I think it was the gas station pizza and the sushi, or at least I know that gas station pizza was the cause of my food poisoning. And you know how I know?
How do you know?
Because every time I would go back through my mind and think about all of the different foods I would eat, the minute I would think of that pizza, I would hurl. I could think of any other food, it wouldn't make me hurl. So to me, that was my mind and body telling me, hey, that's what made you sick, was that piece of pizza.
I used to do that with alcohol when I got borderline alcohol poisoning when I got... my hands on some Everclear, and it was so trash, and I was so sick. I probably should have gone to the hospital, but I didn't, and I survived, so that's okay. But, I went from being able to guzzle beer to, just the smell of any kind of alcohol whatsoever would send me into, fits of dry heaving. Rubbing alcohol even would send me into fits of dry heaving. And then somehow... And that carried on for maybe a year or two. And then I discovered microbrew beers. And then suddenly I was able to drink alcohol again without any issues. So
interesting.
The mind can be very powerful sometimes.
It can that. Ryan? It's too hot, it's too cold. This human thermostat will be messing with the controls all night. let me explain the thermostat situation in Chez Anzalone, okay? It's 62 degrees at all times.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we keep it at. And
that's really cold.
It is really cold, and it's especially cold at this time of year when we're below freezing now, which I think we're in winter. I've been looking at we got a snowstorm. Well, it wasn't really a snowstorm. We had a weather warning, but it wasn't that bad. But it did snow. It snowed over the last few days, and the temperatures are going to stay low, so the snow's not going anywhere. And I was looking at the 10-day forecast, hopefully, maybe there'll be a rainy day and it'll go up into the 40s and 50s again. And it's nope, we're in winter now. And so that's depressing. So the 62 degrees feels very cold, especially when it's so cold outside.
Yeah.
But I've learned that I'm just willing to put on layers indoors to stay warm. Little heating pads for my hands.
So... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was pretty much done. Mike is like a small ball of raging heat, and he can't stand any temperature outside of he just can't stand a higher temperature. We do turn it up during the day to 64, and then during the night it's 62.
Okay.
That's what we do.
So we don't really have a thermostat. We just have space heaters, and Rebecca will make it blazing hot, and I am very sensitive when it comes to heat. I overheat very easily. So I typically like it colder, and I would rather throw on a blanket or throw on a sweater, and warm up that way than have the temperature of the house be brought up, because then I'm miserable. And then I got to strip down to my boxers, and nobody wants to see that.
Sorry, bro. No, I tend to agree. You can put layers on. See, the thing is, if you get too cold, it's easier to warm up, in my opinion, than if you get too hot, it's harder to cool down.
Right.
Because there's only so many layers you can take off before it gets uncomfortable for others.
Exactly.
But I've also noticed that I've changed, and I think it's because I'm starting to the beginnings of the menopause cycle, perimenopausal, I think it is. Because I used to be hot all the time. No matter what, I was hot.
Yeah.
Constantly, turn on the AC, turn off the heat. I'm the opposite now. I'm always cold now. I will be cold in the dead of summer like a little old lady.
Yeah.
And I don't think I like it better. I don't know. I think I like being hot better, to be honest, because at least it's less uncomfortable. I don't know. For me to be a little overwarm is not as uncomfortable as being too cold for some reason.
I feel that.
Ryan, enough about you. Let's talk about me. This relative can't even pretend to show interest in anyone else's stories. I think we're pretty good about listening to other people's stories. I don't think either of us fit that category.
I think so. I think so too. And to a fault, I might add. For me.
Not me, but not me.
At least. For me, to a fault. See, as I have gotten older, my thoughts are like vapor. So if I'm in the middle of telling a story and I get interrupted by someone who I have now reminded of something and they want to sidetrack and tell their story... And then I will immediately forget what I was saying, and then it's gone. Poof. And...
Like Kaiser Sose.
Yes, exactly. Like Kaiser Sose. But, what was I saying? See? Thoughts. My thoughts are like vapor.
I just fucking did it to you right there. Your thoughts are like vapor. If you get interrupted by somebody that sidetracks you. Okay.
Yes. Okay. And so... Now it's gotten to the point where I have to be more assertive. So here's what happens. I want to hear your story. If I have just said something to you that has reminded you of something and you're really excitedly want to oh my gosh, that reminds me. And then you want to tell me your story. I don't like to cut people off, and I want to hear what you have to say, and I will listen. And then when you've finished your story, and I'll be I will pick right back up where I left off. But now, because I can't do that very easily anymore, I have to be hold that thought. I want to hear what you have to say, but let me finish what I'm saying. And then I, finish what I'm saying. But it's like so irritating.
Well, I tell you what. Here's where I've come to at this point in my life about this. I have a particular friend who has many, many great qualities. One of them is not listening, right? She has many great qualities. One of those qualities is not that she's a good listener, is what I meant by that. She just likes to talk and she doesn't like to listen.
Yeah.
You'll start to respond to the communication and you'll start to say a story of your own and she'll just cut you off and keep talking like you never said anything. It's actually amazing to behold how utterly it's not even mean-spirited. She doesn't know she does it. She's completely oblivious to the communication coming back. She only wants the communication to go out from her, right?
Right.
And it was when I first met her, I was a little bit irritated at times. And then one day I was thinking about it. I was like, Heather, there's no reason to be irritated by that. You have literally nothing of importance to say. She loses 0 by not hearing what I have to say. And so I'm perfectly happy now. When she cuts me off, I don't even bother coming back to it. I'm like, I forgot who I was talking to. Shouldn't have even tried.
No.
It's fine.
Not me.
No.
I try so desperately to just hold on to thoughts. And that's the frustration. It's like, it's not that I'm being cut off. It's that I'm struggling. I'm grasping and it's slipping from my finger and I'm like, no!
Just Ryan, let it go. Let it go. Kaiser Sose. Okay.
I watched that movie with Chloe recently. By the way.
What did she think of it? What did she think of it?
She thought it was awesome. And we watched So I Married an Axe Murderer, and she loved it.
Such a great movie. Such a great movie. I've been wanting to watch that again for so long.
So good.
Listen, for our younger listeners who, I don't know, Declan, I have a feeling your dad won't mind if you watch this one, but it's not really for kids. It's called The Usual Suspects. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. That's what the Kaiser Sose reference comes from. But don't say anything more. Don't spoil that one.
Can't spoil it.
Ryan?
Oh my gosh, I'd be so mad if someone spoiled that movie for someone else.
Somebody apparently on the poster, because the poster was them in that police lineup, right?
Yeah.
And just pointed an arrow and was like, he did it. At the movie theater.
That is so messed up.
Some people can't let other people have joy.
Yeah.
Ryan, hypochondriac. This person always thinks they have the disease they read about on WebMD. For extra credit, name one of these mysterious ailments.
Heather, we all know.
Uh-huh.
That I have the most immaculate immune system known to man.
I forgot about this shit. Uh-huh. Yes.
So I would be the opposite of a hypochondriac. I could be in bed, puking my guts out, shotgun blasting for my ass. And I'm like, I'm not sick. I can still do it. I've got a really good immune system.
Ryan, I don't think that I might be a slight bit of a hypochondriac. Because I'll be like, oh, my ankle kind of hurts today. Probably I'm dying. Let's go Google, right? and I might mention it to Mike. But my ankle kind of hurts. I might go to the doctor tomorrow if it still hurts. But then in an hour, I'm not paying any attention to it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I do get little weird random aches and pains.
Yeah.
Where I'm just it's there for an hour and then it's gone. I'm like, why did that happen? It's totally random.
I think that's just because you're old, Heather.
Yeah, I think so too. The weirdest thing I ever got was, I have no explanation for this. I just woke up one morning and my whole eye was swollen shut. It looked like somebody had sucker punched me in the eye. Now that I think about it, I possibly sucker punched myself in the eye overnight. I've been accused of punching in my sleep before, so very possibly. But
Wouldn't
it didn't
surprise
hurt.
me.
it didn't hurt. It was just swollen shut. And I went downstairs and Mike was like, what the hell happened to your eye? I was like, don't know. Woke up, swollen shut. So I went to the doctor and the doctor was like, it's shingles.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. And I Googled shingles and I was like, well, it's not shingles. Looks fucking nothing like the picture of shingles at all. And it doesn't itch, which I think shingles is supposed to itch like mad. So that was useless, and then it just went away. Again, no idea why that happened, but it was fun.
You know, I have aches and pains all over, especially in my lower back. Did I tell you that I threw my back out not too long ago?
You did.
Okay.
You did tell me.
Did I tell you that I went and got it x-rayed finally?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it turns out my muscles are pulling so tightly on my spine that it's pulling it out of its natural curvature.
Oh.
So basically, you know, I just have to stretch and, you know.
Magnesium.
Yes. And
take magnesium.
I have actually been taking magnesium.
Good.
Rebecca had included it in my daily vitamins that I now take.
I take daily vitamins too, and these are the things you can look forward to, kids, when you get old. You will suddenly have a daily supplement regimen that you take.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, Ryan, let's do one more of these cards here.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Let's find a good one. All right, sure. Silent but deadly, this flatulent offender always seems to have plenty of firepower after the holiday meal.
I'm sorry, I got
Are
distracted
you a farter?
by the
Ryan,
dog.
So here's what's happening. Ryan keeps changing the look, okay? So first I was looking at a bunny, then suddenly his ugly face appeared again, much to the surprise of both of us. Then a little light bulb was dancing around on his head. That was super distracting. I was like, I'm just going to ignore all the things because I got to do an episode. Now there's a dog looking at me. It's a cute dog.
It's a very cute dog.
But Ryan was so distracted by the dog, he didn't hear the question. So I'm going to read it again, Ryan.
Okay, go ahead.
Silent but deadly, this flatulent offender always seems to have plenty of firepower after the holiday meal. Are you a big farter after the holiday meal?
Depends on how much I eat. And, you know, since I actually paced myself this year, I did not, yes, typically, yes, I am gassy afterwards.
Interesting. Do you know what makes me more gassy than any other single thing?
Chocolate.
Raw broccoli. If I make a shake and I put raw broccoli in it, I'm like, I will be farting for 24 hours.
Okay, I was going to say, what kind of psychopath eats raw broccoli?
Yeah, no, I might put it in like a veggie shake or something. I would never. Raw broccoli is, it's not good to eat. No. I tell you what. But I do want to say this about flatulence in general. Not so much anymore, but Charlotte used to be very farty, okay? And because of the autism, zero embarrassment whatsoever, and no recognition that there are places it's inappropriate to just fart. Okay, so everywhere I'd go with this girl, suddenly, and she was a silent but dead, like they wouldn't be loud, just suddenly there would be a stank. And I'd be like, oh, Charlotte, we're in a restaurant. Or like, we'd be just in the van. I'm like, ugh. And everyone in the van with us would be like, Charlie! And she'd just smile.
I personally don't care about farts. Like, even if they stank. Because, A, everybody farts. I don't care who you are. You fart. And B, there are times where, like, you know, like, I'll do my best to, like, hold in a fart and get to some place where it's more appropriate. But there are times where I'm, like, bending over to grab something, and next thing I know, I'm ripping ass. And it's like, I can't help that, dude. I'm sorry. My body, like, just was, it was releasing some pressure, apparently. Because...
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like stuff like that, you know, and sometimes if you're in construction and you're on a high reach, you know, and you're stuck in a basket with one other guy, and there's nowhere for you to go, and you've been like holding in your farts, eventually you're going to fart.
Yeah.
I try not to hold it against people.
I just remember when I was a teenager, every Friday current events seminar, I would somehow need to fart so bad. And we're sitting there in the circle discussing current events, and all I would be doing would be like, don't fart, and like getting cramps in my abdomen from not farting in the middle of current events class, because that would be... I would still be embarrassed. If I farted loudly in front of a bunch of people where we're trying to have a conversation in a small space, I would be a little bit put out. I think I would. I'd be a little bit embarrassed. I'd get over it fast, a lot faster than I would as a kid, but I would be like, whoops, sorry. Unless it was a bunch of old ladies, in which case they'd be like, we don't care.
Heather, we're almost there.
Yeah.
In a few short years, we'll be able to rip ass no matter where we're at, and no one will bat an eye. They'll be like, old people farting. Hilarious.
Babies and old people, they can get away with murder. Right. Well, I think that'll do it for this episode. My advice, here's our free advice. Have a fantastic Christmas / whatever holiday or lack of holiday you're about to celebrate or not celebrate. And have an excellent, wonderful New Year.
Or don't, if you don't celebrate or recognize the, what's the calendar called?
Gregorian?
Gregorian calendar.
Then happy whatever time of year it is for you right now that is unrelated to the time of year it is for us.
Until we play again.
Yep, that's how we'll end it.